From the popular tried and true to unknown hidden gems, this is your guide to all things local from Malibu Farm Restaurant. An iconic coastal landscape forever changed after tragedy. But here in Malibu, the LA strong spirit shines bright as neighbors and the community push forward. Welcome to LA Unscripted, everyone. I'm Dana Devin, and we are here at Malibu Farm Restaurant on the pier. Not only are they open for business, they are unscripted approved.
Malibu Pier, of course, is a historical gem. It's been here for a long time. It has great views.
I am so embarrassed to say I have never been to the Malibu Pier. So this is my first time in like 20-something years. Tell me which areas these are.
All right, so at the front here, we have the Malibu Farm Restaurant and Bar.
Okay.
We have the patio, which is on this side.
Oh, this is gorgeous. You guys, you can actually hear the waves. You can smell the ocean. You said there's dolphins sometimes?
All the time, yeah.
This is stunning.
So on the pier, we have two restaurants. One is the Malibu Farm Cafe, which is at the end of the pier. And at the front of the pier, we have Malibu Farm Restaurant.
The vibe in here is so amazing. It's like farmhouse, light, bright, airy, drenched with sun. Can you guys rent this out for special events?
100%, yes, we do a lot of events here. We would love to have big events now.
Yes, I can see like a bachelorette party here, brunches, birthday parties, everything.
The Palisades fires were definitely the most traumatic thing to happen to this community, to Palisades, to Los Angeles as a whole. Road closures are constant. Obviously, a lot of people have lost their homes, and I think this is true for all of Malibu. There really are no customers in Malibu right now. I'm sure they want to stay away from the road closures and the devastation, but it's definitely hurting every business here.
Talk to me about the Malibu Forever t-shirt.
After the fires, we started talking about doing Valentine's shirts, and we have a traditional shirt we do for that, but then we decided to switch that and feature more Love Malibu Forever, do a donation as well for Project Hope, so we printed our Malibu Forever shirts. What we try to do here with our menu is introduce a healthier diet really for everybody. Even though our menu has burgers on it, every burger will come standard with a small salad.
This is art. You can't eat this. We can't eat this.
Well, you see, so we're all about the red.
Oh, yeah?
Green.
Oh, yes, 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 go. You actually started kind of hosting things in your backyard.
Yes, I was doing dinners in my backyard, and strangers on the internet could buy a ticket and they could come to my home and have dinner.
And then you did a pop-up here.
And then I did a pop-up on the pier, which then expanded to a 3-month pop-up. And then another restaurant actually opened here.
Yeah.
That went out of business, and then we took over both. The Surfers Rancheros.
Why is it Surfers Rancheros?
Well, because when you are at the cafe, you are looking at the surfers and you're eating huevos rancheros. So it will be the Surfers Rancheros. We do have a lot of surfers that come here for their breakfast after being in the ocean. We're adding some vegetables to make it feel a little lighter and healthier.
Oh, it's mango habanero. Mm-hmm. It is a little sweet, a little spicy, and it is amazing with the eggs and the avocado and all the vegetables. Oh, wow.
This is our lobster burrito, which we serve here. Lobster and egg burrito that we serve here.
Just look at the size of that. This is like rib sticking, delicious. Oh my God, it blows your mind. I'm not even a big burrito person, and a lobster burrito has won me over.
We're definitely hoping that customers will slowly start to return. We know it's a lot for people that are still looking to find new housing, new places for their school, but as things start to settle in, we're hoping that people will come back to our beautiful city to enjoy what's out here and support the Malibu businesses.
All right, from the ocean to the mountains, where is our Olivia de Bortoli?
35 acres. That is so much space with so many aircrafts. Why do you guys have so many?
Because this is a third oldest Air Force base. It's been around for 107 years. We've had a lot of airplanes here. And my goal is to get every airplane that has ever flown at March, I want at this museum. So we have 116 airplanes, starting with the Jenny, which was the first airplane ever flown here before World War I in 1917. And we have next generation fighters here as well. Yeah. So we're showing the kids that come everything from start to finish. Out of the 72 Air Force bases in the country, March is the third oldest. It's been around for 107 years, a lot of history. Bob Hope started his USO shows here, and because we're one of the oldest Air Force bases, every airplane starting with World War I has flown at March. So this museum basically preserves the future for the past. When they come here, they can see the mighty might of our Air Force, but they can also see how in history, when we started biplanes that were propeller driven, and now we have these high-speed jets that just whiz around everywhere, and you can see it all here. Plus, because we're adjacent to an active Air Force base, this is like an air show every day.
For me, it's a very, very special place. I kind of grew up in this area. My dad was stationed at this base when I was a kid. Oftentimes, while he was working on weekends and things of that nature, I would come here, and this was essentially my baby, so I'd walk around, and I grew up around the airplanes here and the grounds here, so it holds a very, very special place in my heart. The great thing about SoCal, our SoCal Air Show here at March Air Reserve Base, is that we have a really diverse lineup of who's going to be flying. Not only do we have military aviators, we also have a lot of civilian aviators coming out, and they're going to be doing a lot of cool like aerobatic things and things that'll really kind of wow the crowd.
What is this room?
So this room, this area really is kind of like a timeline of our aviation history throughout the years, right? All the way from when we were Army Air Corps, all the way to the modern Air Force today.
Whenever you see a young kid out there, or even an adult out there, and they see the aircraft flying, they're in the awe, and it just kind of builds that dream of, hey, I can do something different. Even if it's not in aviation, just having that thought process, I want to do something different, strive for something greater than what I'm doing now.
I love that you guys have kind of different uniforms going on, but here we have a bunch of uniforms.
So these are a little bit different than your normal daily wear uniforms. Like the Air Force, we were very rich in our heritage and culture, and a lot of these come from different units and organizations, and we call these party suits.
Our history in aviation runs deep, especially in this area. And so I hope people come here and they get inspired, they have a better understanding of where our American aviation came from, and they understand what the military does for its country.
Going off script means we've got something for everyone, so don't go anywhere. We're sharing more local loves from here at Malibu Farm Restaurant right after the break. A popular destination for locals and tourists for the last 12 years, the Malibu Farm Restaurant and Cafe has served up delicious organic bites and breathtaking views. Welcome to LA Unscripted, everyone. I'm Dana Devin. Now more love for California.
I started my mural journey in 2021. A friend of mine just wanted his wall painted, and he said, do whatever you want. So I had free reign, and that's where my style was born. Before I started painting murals, I've always had a love for art. You know, like most people had a piano teacher, I had an art teacher, and I would just go to her house and paint. I studied fine arts in high school and college, and ultimately I just wanted to find ways to express myself in an artistic way. My name is Kennedy Harris, and I am a muralist. So my process typically starts with talking to my clients, figuring out things that they like, certain elements that are close to them, so maybe some foods that they enjoy, some places that are really special to them, compiling all of those things together and then building a mock-up from there. So we'll start with color, those elements like I mentioned, and then ultimately I like to infuse my own personal style in things always. So there will be some repeat characters that you'll see across my murals, some shapes that are similar, but kind of infusing my client's personality into my own style. My art is largely inspired by cartoons, and growing up I really loved a lot of those just really bizarre cartoons that you would see on Cartoon Network, on YouTube. Now as an adult, I think the idea of building my own universe that's safe and is just for me, and being able to share that with people is really special. I was never largely inspired by some of the fine artists. Sorry, I have a lot of appreciation for them. You know, I could never see myself in their artwork, and I think a lot of people experience that, especially in TV and film. I'm a mixed girl from Sacramento. There were not a ton of people that looked like me, but you know, I found different places where I felt I fit in. But yeah, I mean, in a lot of these classical European artists, like, I can't see myself in their artwork. Honestly, I would go back to ancient Chinese artwork, or, you know, Black art through history, Black American art, African art, and all of those things I could see pieces of myself, but still not the whole picture. So being able to showcase myself, my personality, along with my culture, which is largely American at this point, it's kind of a new story that I'm telling about myself. I think my artwork definitely exudes happiness, and I love when it lights up a room and helps people bring that light out of themselves. To be able to scale this up and do something for LA Unscripted is beyond what I ever could have imagined in this space. I'm so excited to see what doors it could open in the future, and you know, my dream in life has always been to share my artwork with the world. It's exciting to know that I'm only 27 and I have my whole life ahead of me to evolve and grow as an artist and see how the world affects me and I affect the world. When people see my murals, I hope that they feel inquisitive. I hope that they have a desire to explore every little piece of the mural and they want to understand it. And I think the coolest thing about abstract art is that there's no right answer, you know? Like, you can see something completely different than what I intended it to be.
Now, what else is on the Unscripted menu? Check out this next special spot.
We opened our doors, and I've just been growing it ever since. And we've kind of become like Hollywood's best kept secret. The Show Must Go On is a luxury wardrobe rental studio here in LA. We're open to, you know, the everyday woman, the everyday guy, you know, whether they're just going to a wedding, you know, taking a photo, or going to a big red carpet, you know, or the Grammys or the Oscars. We're here to serve them. Over the years, I've established this amazing archive and collection of wardrobe. I just thought, why not make it accessible to everyone? You know, whether it's young stylists, established costume designers, you know, or just a modern day woman. This is our primary, like, welcome room, our primary space.
I feel like I don't even know where to land my eye. Like, there's just gorgeous clothes all over the place.
One of my favorite dresses, this is like Tom Ford for Gucci vintage dress. It's just so chic. And another one is this vintage Bob Mackie dress. It just gives like an old Hollywood vibe. Like, the fit is perfect.
I love The Show Must Go On because it's like stepping into a fantasy. There are such good pieces here that you can't find anywhere else. It's very unique. I've dressed Viola Davis, Niecy Nash, Jennifer Lopez, Toni Braxton, and I'm always able to find something from here because there's such a variety.
So this is our sets room. So everything in here will kind of have a coordinating top and bottom. In here we have from accessories, like every drawer has jewelry. Over here, silver and gold. Plus size section. Our shoes go up to size 44.
So Zarina, we know so many of your iconic looks and we know your work, but I think the thing we don't know is your journey in the fashion industry. How did it all begin?
I started out with my first internship at W Magazine, and I remember being the only Black girl in the office at the time. I remember a few months into it, they hired a Black editor, but for a long while, I was the only Black person there as this intern. And funny enough, that editor that they hired was Shiona Turini, and Shiona Turini gave me my first freelance job. She was now styling Beyonce. You know, I just kind of worked my way up from there. I went on to assist stylists like Alex White, Camilla Nickerson, that was at the magazine. I went on to, you know, sort of do more TV commercials. I guess really learn the business. In 2021, I won an Emmy for Best Costume Design in a variety. I'm the second Black woman to win in the category. I won for Black is King. I think that, you know, as we're moving through life, the measure of success is how many other people are successful because of you. So my legacy is here already, it's left already. It's to look around and to see the successes of a Sergio Hudson, of a Fee Noel, you know, designers that I was able to support early on. It's uncomfortable, you know, sometimes to be like, oh my God, I've done all these things, but, you know, sit back, look at an Emmy, you know, on my bookshelf as a young Black woman is surreal, to say the least.
From experiences that make memories to individuals who inspire, we've got even more must shares after the break from Malibu Restaurant and Cafe. Studies have shown being next to water can provide a range of healing benefits like reducing stress, enhancing creativity, and improving one's mood. And speaking of good moods, I'm in one now. Check this out.
When you think of a marathon, you think of trying to reach those 26 miles. But what about the people that make it really fun?
Chili dog!
LA is one of the most creative cities in the world. And of course we would come up with something, well, not wait, JP would come up with something like this, just to join in the fun and cheer on the runners.
Super sloppy chili cheese dogs are exactly that. It's a dog on a bun with some chili that is not top quality chili, and then cheese on top of it. No special orders. The marathon is a ton of Angelinos doing their personal best. So if you're doing that and then you come around the corner and somebody's just offering you something that is the exact opposite of something that would be helpful, that you don't have to take, that it might be a bad idea, you have that option. Alex Kennebec and I, the other co-founder, were thinking about what would be the worst thing to offer somebody while they're trying to run a marathon. If you're gonna run 26 miles, you might need some protein. You might need some beans, you might need some cheese, you might need a tube steak, you know, on a bun. Or you might not need it at all. The absurdity of it is what we thought was an asset. We felt like it was a very Los Angeles thing to offer. First time we ever did it, we had 100 dogs. And we really thought, yeah, nobody's gonna take these, they're just gonna throw rocks at us. And we were astounded. We thought doing it the first year that it was a one and done. But because people were so thrilled, so excited at something so ridiculous, so wrong, and yet so right.
When you started this 11 years ago, did you ever expect that this would become a phenomenon and like stories would be written about you?
No, the first time we did it, we had a Weber grill with rusty holes in the bottom of it. We tried to grill next to the freeway, which we don't do anymore.
Just adds to the fun and excitement of the marathon. And I don't know if anything else like this exists along the route, but you know that mile 5 is going to stick with those people.
For the marathon runners running this year and who are gonna want a chili dog, where are you gonna be?
We will be located on the corner of Bellevue and Edgware. So look for us there, mile 5.
Do you have a new appreciation for chili dogs now?
I wouldn't touch them if you paid me.
A super sloppy chili cheese dog. I mean, you will feel great, we promise. We're playing some music, we've got noisemakers, we've got vuvuzelas. We're here for you, and we're here to help you reach your goal or not reach it. And if you're not gonna reach it, don't reach it well.
Now even more healthy vibes. You know, one of the best parts about living in LA is every single time you turn around, there's a brand new workout. This time it's Solid Core in Culver City, although I've been told I have a pretty solid core.
Solid Core is a high-intensity, low-impact 50-minute full-body workout. We're using resistance-based training with a megaformer, and it's all about becoming the strongest version of yourself. This is not Pilates, so we do use a Pilates-inspired machine. However, this is really aligned more with strength training principles. We'll do a lot of things that you'll see at the gym: bicep curls, crunches, lunges, planks, but we're just taking it up a notch. So it is Pilates-inspired, however, we really align with strength training principles. Dana, welcome to Solid Core.
This is
Culver
so nice.
City. Thank you so much. So at this particular location, we have 16 machines.
Okay, this looks medieval.
Yeah, you know.
This looks like a dungeon. I'm in a nice dungeon.
And then this is Svetlana.
Nice to meet you.
You guys will be best friends today.
Okay.
It really is an experience. Our lights are down, the music is loud, and so it really just provides a place for you to really come and be yourself wherever you are in your journey and really just focus on you for 50 minutes and getting stronger.
It's a good sign that I can already feel it, and the exercise hasn't started yet. Is that weird?
I got you, don't worry. All right, so in 5, we got that high plank extension. Send that carriage out. Bottom half of your body's in an isometric hold, and then you're slowly, bringing that carriage in. So slow and steady, right? Early bird does not get the worm at Solid Core.
Wow, it looks like it's not hard, but it is so hard. Wow, you really feel that.
And then what we have for you today, because we know you can do it, is called a devil's ladder.
Oh, I don't like the name Devil's Ladder.
You're going to
who named that? Devil's Ladder.
You're going to walk your hands one by one down to this gray platform.
Okay.
And nice work, Dana. And then down to this underbar.
Okay.
And then all the way to the ground.
Geez.
Yeah, hold that plank.
Oh, God.
And then you're gonna reverse it on the way back. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you will fight for this. You got it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right back to that platform. Beautiful work. Right back up onto those bars.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, we try not to take our city for granted, but being here on this Malibu pier has made me fall in love with our city all over again. And as all of our neighbors continue the long road of healing from the Palisades to Altadena, just know that KTLA cares. Thank you so much to the Malibu Farm Restaurant and Cafe for letting us go off script. Where will we be next? You never know. Good night, everyone. Mwah.